Hi, and welcome back to this week's edition of Hawk Talk. I'm Coulter Hickok.
I'm Hillary Moberg.
And today we're joined by a brand new guest, so please introduce yourself, who you are, where you're from, and what did you do here at DSU, and what do you do now?
Yeah, so I'm Nathan Lebsock. I'm from Frenchtown, Montana, which is about 15 miles west of Missoula on the interstate. I graduated here at DSU in 2011. I played basketball here, got my biology degree, went on to optometry school, and I am now an optometrist in Missoula, Montana, where I work with my dad. We got 4 little kiddos. I married a girl from New Salem, North Dakota, where we met here at DSU, and yeah, we're blessed. We got a good life now.
Very cool.
Yeah.
So what brings you back to Dickinson?
Yeah, so I was inducted to the Hall of Fame this year, which is very exciting, great honor. And you know, my wife, like I said, she lives in New Salem, and every year we get back to visit her family. And we always talked about trying to get back to DSU and spend some time here, and this gave us a great chance. So we got her and the 4 kiddos here this weekend, and just gonna enjoy our time back here. So we're looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And then, so you said you're being inducted into the Blue Hawk Hall of Fame for basketball. Is there a favorite memory that you have in Scott Gym?
Oh yeah, hands down. So I was a sophomore. That was probably our best year in terms of our record, and we were playing against Minot State. It's probably the best and the worst memory, actually, but we were playing against Minot State in the semifinal game in the conference tournament at home, and it was toga night, and it was just white out, completely packed. Minot was in our conference at the time, in the DAC conference, and we were down by 1, and we got a rebound, and there was about 10 seconds left, and I made a 3 from the corner to go up by 2, and I had never heard a sound that loud, just deafening. We thought we won the game. Well, Minot State got a lucky bounce afterwards. So it was a good memory and probably the worst memory at the same time, but just the atmosphere. I mean, that's what DSU was all about. You know, it wasn't the biggest of universities, but when it came down to rivalry games and big games like that, yeah, it was a pretty neat atmosphere, good environment.
Yeah.
I wish we could play the last one all over again, but it was a good memory.
Good to hear.
Yeah.
So DSU gets busy during homecoming, especially this whole week leading up to the football game.
Yeah.
Did you have a favorite memory from homecomings when you were in school here at DSU?
You know, we were talking about that. We were always doing stuff for basketball at the time, and so I remember a couple team barbecues. I was actually the homecoming king my senior year, so I rode in the parade that year.
Oh, congrats.
Yep, so that was fun. But otherwise, we kept it pretty low key. We usually, you know, played basketball in the morning, had a barbecue in the afternoon, watched a football game, and yeah, pretty low key from what I can remember.
Before I ask you this next question, I looked up optometry jokes while I was writing some questions.
Yeah.
I was wondering if you knew any, otherwise I could maybe fill in for some optometry questions.
Yeah, you know, the biggest one is there's a Friends episode of Rachel going to the eye doctor, and she gets the ear puff test. So that's what patients always bring up the most is, did you watch the episode of Friends with Rachel? But as far as jokes go, you might have some better ones than I do.
I looked up a couple, and the one that really was funny is how many optometrists does it take to change a light bulb?
Probably 1 or 2.
There
you go. That's right. That's a good one.
That was the one where I laughed really out loud because I have bad eyesight, is pretty prevalent.
Yep.
And I had a good laugh at that one.
It's a good one. Yep.
So that was very funny for me.
Right.
So you get the call saying that you're being inducted into the Blue Hawk Hall of Fame. What was your initial reaction on that?
Yeah, you're excited. An honor at the same time. You know, my best memories were here at DSU. Playing here and being involved in this community and the university, and very exciting. And you get kind of a wave of memories that come back that, you know, little things on a bus trip, little things with a teammate. It seems like just yesterday where some of those memories come back, and extremely honored. And that's the biggest thing, is very, very honored to be inducted and to be part of such a prestigious group and community.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you certainly deserved this honor. You achieved a lot of very impressive things during your time at DSU. And bear with me here. I'm going to try to see if I can do this without tripping up.
All of Nate's accomplishments that he had here for the Hawks.
All right, here we go. He's the leader for 3-pointers with 182 total scored, second all-time leading scorer with 1,600 career points, second all-time for free throws and free throw percentage, and career high of 41 points scored in a single game. 3-time DAC First Team All-American, 2-time Honorable Mention All-American, and Second Team All-American your senior year, while being named the Dacotah Athletic Conference MVP. And in addition to excelling on the court, you also excelled in the classroom as a 3-time Academic All-American, DSU's Outstanding Graduate in 2011, a Theodore Roosevelt Honors Leadership Program Scholar, and the TRHLP Achiever of the Year in 2011. So with all of that, what was your trick for staying ahead both in the classroom and on the court?
Oh, man. Well, obviously there's a lot of work ethic that goes involved in staying disciplined, but I was blessed to have good people around me, and I got an opportunity to play at a young, I was a freshman, sophomore, and it helps when you can play 3-4 years at this level. And Coach Orton, who was a coach here at the time, he believed in me, and he gave me a lot of confidence in what I was doing. And I had great teammates. Got to play with my brother Brian for a year. People like Sean Burnham, point guard, who could pass the ball. So people like that made it easier for me to become successful. And I just was fortunate to have people around me that supported me and helped me and pushed me, and got lucky with some things too. So yeah.
Good to hear. Yeah. I know from my experience being involved with the softball team, we hear a lot that your student athletes are your students first. So I think it's very impressive that you were able to stay on top of being a student first, but also achieve so many great things.
No, I appreciate that. Yeah, no, you bet.
I was really happy that Hillary asked that question, because you did a lot of stuff. So with all of your accolades, all of the knowledge that you have right now, if you could go back and tell your freshman self one thing, what would it be?
Yeah, that's a great question. Time flies, and I know it sounds cliche, and I know it's easier said than done, but from your freshman year and you graduate, you're like, where did this time go? And if there's a way you could just, you want to work hard and you want things to be done right and you want to stay, on the grindstone, but you got to take some time to enjoy some things and reflect back of trying to just get time to slow down and just fly. So if you could somehow slow it down some way, keep a journal maybe, like I did this today, and you can read back a little bit, I don't know, but somehow slow the time down. That's all I could say, because it flies by. Yeah.
That's good advice. So then, being back in Dickinson this weekend, is there anything you miss from your time at DSU that you're hoping to do? Maybe a certain restaurant or bar?
Yeah, it's funny. So we were driving here today. We took off at 6:30 this morning, and probably the first 4 hours, Ken's, who I went to school with, who got married going into my senior year, she was writing a list of things to do this weekend. And number one was El Sombrero.
Oh, yeah.
So we'll hit up El Sombrero. We used to go to, it's called Liquid Assets, and play blackjack a lot after my senior year.
Neighbors now.
So,
okay, so we'll probably hit that up. We got to go to the bookstore, get a couple apparels for the kiddos. But the biggest thing was El Sombrero. Yep. So we'll be there for sure tonight or tomorrow night. Yeah.
So you mentioned your wife and kids. You mentioned that your wife is a DSU alumni as well. So your kids, are they kind of pushing them going to be a Blue Hawk as well?
Yeah, so we have 4 little kids. Our oldest just started kindergarten. So we have 3 boys and a girl. So they're still pretty young. Our youngest is almost 2. And I would be completely okay with them coming here. I want them to find something they're passionate about, whether it be here, somewhere else, athletics, non-athletics. You just got to find a passion, and if it's here, I'd be very happy with that. And not only because I enjoyed my time here, but I know what kind of community is here. It's a nice, tight place, great place to go to school, and so it's been great for my wife and I. And if one of those 4 ends up here, I'd be very, very pleased. Yeah.
Give you a good excuse to come back for El Sombrero.
Exactly. You bet.
Yeah. So then our favorite question that we ask every guest who comes on this show is, what does DSU mean to you?
Yeah, DSU, I could go on. How much time do you guys have? All night?
Yeah.
What time does El Sombrero close?
I think it closed maybe like 8 or 9.
So we got a couple hours.
We do, yes.
Yeah, well, number one, it gave me an opportunity to play basketball. I knew coming out of high school I wanted to play college basketball somewhere. And like I said, Coach Orton, who his first year here was my first year, and he gave me an opportunity right away. And he was a no-nonsense kind of coach that I was just attracted to that kind of program right away. And then I got to play with my brother Brian for 3 years, like I said, and he transferred in the year I came. So that was an opportunity that we couldn't pass up. And then from an academic level, biology program here was good. And we knew coming in that if I could do well at the program, I'd have a chance to go on and do something like optometry school. I met my wife here, and that's saying something because she's a pretty good girl, I think. And like I said, the community at Dickinson is tight. It's very, very involved in the athletic program here. And like I said, the memories that I have here are nothing but spectacular. And if I would do it all over again, I would do it in a heartbeat. You know, there's not a doubt in my mind I'd do it all over again. And I couldn't, like I said, I couldn't thank the people around here enough for the time I had at DSU. It seems like just yesterday, but it was the time of my life, yeah.
Oh, that's great to hear. Well, congratulations again on being inducted this year.
Thank you.
We're very excited for you, and it's very well deserved. And thank you for coming on our show.
Yeah.
We're happy to have you.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Thanks for the opportunity.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Welcome to the 2021-2022 school year at Dickinson State University. The DSU Heritage Foundation is excited to bring the Blue Hawk Scholarship Fund to the DSU campus.
The Blue Hawk Scholarship Fund is comprised of your general and sport-specific giving, named scholarships, advertising, sponsorship of athletic programs, endowments, and program greatest needs support. Made possible by you, the Blue Hawk Scholarship Fund and the DSU Heritage Foundation will award over $700,000 in athletic support for the 2021-2022 school year.
Donate to the Blue Hawk Scholarship Fund today.
Visit us online at dsuheritagefoundation.org and help support Blue Hawk athletes in the classroom, in competition, and in our community.
Come soar with the Hawks.
What river separates St. Paul and Minneapolis? The Mississippi. Alright. Would you rather win 25K or have your best friend win 100K?
I'd probably go best friend win 100K.
Is that because he said so?
Nah, because me and my best friend can split 50 after that.
And hey, would you split 50 with him?
What year did the Great Depression start?
Oh my god. 1927.
I can ask both of y'all. Okay, wait. All right, we're gonna do a special. We're gonna do a double. All right, for you, what is the smallest U.S. coin?
Smallest U.S. coin, dime.
Yep. All right. And for you, what is your all-time favorite Disney character? Or who is?
Mulan.
What's heavier, 1,000 pounds of volleyballs or basketball?
All the same.
All right. Who is the pigeon on the U.S. $100 bill?
You don't know this? Andrew Jackson?
Andrew Jackson?
Is it the 20? I don't know.
The 100?
100? Thomas Jefferson.
No.
No, but he went for it.
All right. What's the last letter of the Greek alphabet?
I don't know. Is it Z? Is it the same as
No,
ours?
Omega.
That's what I was going to say. Why did you say it?
That's what everybody says. All right, you ready? All right, for both of y'all. Spell pterodactyl.
R.
Yup.
Is it I or A?
No.
A.
What year was Queen Elizabeth II born? Do I get a hint? It's before 1935. Before 1935?
Before 1918.
1918? No. Like, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's close. It's after 1920.
1923.
No. No. What the answer? 26. If someone said you were all in, what would they mean?
All in?
Yeah.
Oh, just cool. Vibing.
No, it means you smell extremely unpleasant.
Okay.
All right, ready? What is the symbol for copper?
Copper?
Copper.
Copper?
Yeah, like on the periodic table.
CU.
Oh, there we go. All right. What Japanese city was the first atomic bomb dropped on? I want to say Hiroshima. There we go. Yeah.
And welcome back. We got to thank Jacob. We got to thank Dallas for kind of our brand new segment. We're going to start calling that Jacob on the Block. If you like it, make sure you tell us about it. Make sure you look at our social medias. We'll mention those a little bit later. But Hillary, we got so much stuff going on this week.
Yes.
What do we got?
So for cross country, both teams were in Jamestown this past weekend for the Jimmy Invite. Men's team got 6th of 8 teams. Women's team got 6th of 7 teams. And both teams will be getting a break this weekend and traveling next weekend to Yankton, South Dakota for the Mount Marty Invite on October 22nd.
And I understand that we got the cross country conference meet. We got the conference meet coming up here in Dickinson, North Dakota.
Yep.
Which is going to be super exciting. We're going to have a tailgate, I imagine.
Yep, I think Student Senate is working on putting together a tailgate for that. It's going to be November 4th. So mark your calendars. We're going to see what we can do, get some hot chocolate, maybe apple cider, just warm people up as they come and support our Blue Hawks.
Twist my arm, I'll be there.
Sounds good.
So football traveled over to Mount Pleasant, Iowa. Is the longest trip of the year. It's about a 14-hour drive. Luckily, we split it up into 2 days. Hawks got the W. Can't be more happy than that. 23-0, Blue Hawks versus the Tigers. Now, this weekend, we got homecoming. So a lot of stuff happening. And for homecoming, we got the parade going up on Saturday. I believe that starts at 9.
Yep.
Tailgate, we got that rocking again.
At 10, yep.
We're going to be there doing Blue Hawk Game Day. So if you want to be on TV, make sure you come see Blue Hawk Game Day live at the tailgate.
We'll be looking for a few alumni to maybe play a game of ours, a little trivia game. So if you're interested, stop by.
And then the Blue Hawks are going to be playing Waldorf. So Waldorf and the Blue Hawks, we're kind of tied right now for being first in the North Star. This game might really decide who's first in the North Star.
Yeah.
Just make sure you guys come check out and watch that game. That kickoff is at 1 o'clock. So make sure you guys stop by and watch.
Then for softball, we had scrimmages in Glendive against DCC and unfortunately did lose both games. But the team is now done with fall scrimmages and will pick back up in the spring.
All right, volleyball. I'm happy about volleyball this last week. So they traveled for games against Presentation and Mayville. Unfortunately, lost those games. But we got the home game on Tuesday. Hawks come out with a W on this one against Valley City. We needed that one. That game went to 5. I got the scores right here. 13-25 Valley,
31.
31 to 3?
No, 33-31.
Oh, 33-31. I just see that as cut off right
I
there.
missed a digit.
33-31. Hawks 23-25. Hawks. Or no, that would have been Valley.
Valley, yep.
And then 25-28 or 25-18 Hawks, 15-7 Hawks. And all right, got that one out.
It was a very good environment in the gym that day. Getting excited as the games kept going. They were just within 1 point of each other over and over. One team would finally get ahead by 2, and then the next would bounce back. So it was just a really great environment to be in, and to watch the girls come away with a win was really incredible.
I think Valley is receiving votes. They were receiving votes in the North Star poll and along with the NAIA poll. So it was good to get that W under our belt. Coming up here in a couple of days or a couple of weeks, we got Viterbo. And Viterbo right now, they're number 8 in the nation in NAIA. They're going to be at home. That's going to be a good game to watch. I'm not too sure on the exact date. You can check out the DSU Blue Hawk site for more information on that, but that game should be exciting.
Yeah, I think this was a good win for them, kind of get a little fire in their sails,
For sure.
See what they can do in these coming weeks. They're off this weekend, but they'll be back again next weekend. So for rodeo, the team is again off this weekend with homecoming and everything. Pretty much every activity is kind of taking a break so we can all support football. But they will be back again with their Buena Vista Stampede in Storm Lake, Iowa on October 21st and 22nd, so next weekend.
I gotta say, I'm pretty selfish. I'm not a fan of when the rodeo's away. during Blue Hawk football games because they're doing their own thing. But I love it when last year we brought out the horses for homecoming, leading the football team out. I love that so much, and I'm always upset when the rodeo team's away, but I know they're doing their own thing. Yeah, that's just a cool atmosphere. So I'm happy the rodeo is home this week, getting rested up, practicing, and so we can see those ponies run out on the field.
Yep, you'll be very happy this homecoming.
Absolutely, I will be. Then fine and performing arts. The homecoming concert on Monday was a great success. So shout out to all of the people who but participated in that concert. DSU Theater is preparing for their fall production, The Haunting of Hill House. Spooky.
Yeah.
Which they'll be performing on October 27th through the 30th. So if you have an opportunity to go watch that, highly recommended.
Yep.
If you just like fine and performing arts, or if you're into the spooky stuff.
Yeah, they said that they were picking a spooky one for Halloween, so it'd be perfect. Honestly, they probably wouldn't mind if you came in your Halloween costume and showed some support. So it should be the evening on the 27th, 28th, and 29th, probably 7 or 7:30, and then in the afternoon on Sunday the 30th. So you can check the DSU official website on our events calendar for more information on their performances. We want to say a big thank you to all of our sponsors for keeping this show going, and thank you to everyone watching. Without you, this wouldn't be possible.
Absolutely not. Then make sure you guys check out our social medias at DSU Foundation on Instagram and at DSU Heritage on Twitter. So Hillary, thank you very much for having me in studio. It's been weird kind of being back here.
Yeah.
You and Jacob and Dallas have been kind of running the show over here.
We've missed you in studio, but I know you're really enjoying being on campus and getting to be in those segments, but it was good for homecoming week. Do something a little different, get you back in.
And then here in a couple days or a couple weeks, we'll be doing our kind of Halloween episode. I think we could talk about that. What are you going to be for Halloween this year, Hillary?
I actually haven't decided. I'm the worst at Halloween costumes, so I usually like go to Walmart and buy like a witch hat or devil ears or something the day before.
With my facial hair and presence, I think I'm going to be Al from Toy Story 2, where he tries to steal Woody. My sister works for Disney, so I tried to have her bring a Woody doll over from Disney. Didn't happen, but you know, we will prevail in our costume.
Very good. Well, I'll be excited to see that. Are we thinking costumes on air?
Oh, 100%.
All right, then I'm going to have to put some good thought into it. If you guys have suggestions for a blonde-haired girl and what would be good for me for a Halloween costume, let us know.
Sounds good. Thank you very much. And until next week,
Hawks are up.